Hey guys, welcome to your 9th block-based programming tutorial. Today we're going to talk about how to change your x by a certain amount, setting your x to a certain amount, changing y by a certain amount, and then also setting y to a certain coordinate. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So some of this code, just to make this easier to understand and make it less convoluted, I'm going to drag everything off the screen to start. So I'm going to have scratch point 90 degrees in its normal direction. I'm going to drag him down here and only worry about this sprite scratch for right now. I'm not going to worry about these two sprites down here. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I want to be able to change the x coordinate by 10. If I drag that in there, right, if I were to click him, my x coordinate should change by 10. Very similar to when I had it move a certain amount of steps up here in our very first motion movement tutorial. It should be similar to that, only now you've set a specific direction. You're not move 10 steps is a little vague. You don't know whether he's pointing up, down, left, right. So we're going to change x by 10. Okay, so he should move 10 to the right. If I had him change x by -10, he would move to the left. The same as if you had an xy coordinate plane, you would be able to see that movement. So when he's clicked, he should change by 10. Let's see what happens. So sure enough, he changes his x by 10. Let's say I not only want him to change his x by 10, but let's say I also want him to change his y by 10. So really, he should move 10 to the right and move 10 up. Let's see what happens. So right, it looks like he's moving diagonally, but those two things happen so fast, he moves right up so fast that it looks like he's moving diagonally, right? And it happens really quickly. So I'm going to drag him down here. Let's say I want him to move down. I would change this to a -10, right? So he would move right down. Okay, so let's see what happens. I click him, and he's moving right down. If I wanted to change the number that he moves by, right, if I want to change that to 50, change x by 50, I could enter that in there, and now he's going to move further right and down. Let's check it out. Sure enough, that's what he did. Let's say when the space key is pressed, I want him to go to a certain x and a certain y. And the xy coordinate that I want him to go to, let's say I want to set x to, 60 and set y to 90. If I wanted to use them separately, I could do that. If I wanted to go to a certain xy coordinate like we did before, I could use that one right there. But let's just use them both together. The reason why they separated x and y, sometimes you only need him to go right. Sometimes you only need him to set an x position to a certain number, or only a y position to a certain number, and not both at the same time. So we're going to set both right now. If I click the space key, he's going to move to 60-90. Now if I press the space key again, he's not going to move because he's already at 60-90. If I move him down here, if I click on him, he's really moving 50 to the right and -10 down, right? So every time I click on him, he's going to do that. But if I change his coordinate to 0, 60, right, and I click the space key, he's going to move to 60-90. Every time I click that, he's going to move to 60-90. So just recapping what we went through today, I think it's important that we continue to identify the difference between the x and y, and being able to move him to a certain point of the stage. So in the next tutorial, we're going to look at a few different loops, repeating things, as well as a forever loop. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.